Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Sunny and welcome to our YouTube channel. So I had promised you guys that I am going to do a story time on how I moved to Canada. Yes, how I became a permanent resident of Canada. So as you know guys, I recently moved to Canada February of this year. So actually we started, my son, father and I, we started the process in 2023. So actually in 2022, like November, December, we did consultation on if we're eligible to apply for our permanent resident here. He was living here temporary on a work permit, so he got the opportunity to apply for his permanent residence after a year living here. So what they did, they sent us a checklist of things that we would know if we're eligible to become or apply for our permanent resident. So some of the eligibility that they asked for was police record, proof of residential property. If we had that together, we did not have that together. They asked for rental agreement or rental lease agreement showing that the both of us occupy this space. We had that together. They want copies of our government's ID showing the same address. We had that together. They wanted other documents such as either like pay stub or tax form, credit card or bank statement, or they wanted like insurance policy. We had insurance policy. I had an insurance policy. He was listed as a beneficiary on my insurance policy, and one of the checklists if we have a child together, and documents showing evidence of financial support or shared expenses which we had. And they want like other proof of letters from family members or social media, but eventually they did not ask for any of that. They wanted like past proof of cohabitation, and we had that, which was the lease agreement. So after we did the checklist and we sent back the the information to the lawyer that was dealing with the process for us, they sent back that we were eligible. So we put all the documents together January and February 2nd to be exact. We submitted the application to IRCC. We waited and then I got a response. We got a response February 28th that they were requesting that I went and do my biometrics. I went and I made an appointment and I went and did my biometrics in Kingston, and then in March I got a response, and then they sent that I should go and do a medical, and then I scheduled an appointment to do the medical. They sent some list of places where I could have gone to do my medical, so I did mine in Mandeville, and then we did it May 15, and then we submitted that information. Well, the medical was submitted directly to IRCC, and then in June we actually got a response that we had passed our medical, and then they asked again in June for some additional information about my job, about our schooling, and I can tell you the lawyers, they work very, very good. They look through all your documents to ensure that everything is on par, because with our application we had to have every single thing, like the dates had to be correct, every single thing had to be correct. So in the application process we also had to put our family, like my mother, my sister, my brother, and you have to state on it if it's half, if it's full, brother, siblings, and every single thing like that. And I can tell you guys, because of our history together of going to college, we did not have an issue. The process was very smooth and easy. So we went to pre-college together, which is a school in Hanover, Ramble, Hanover. We went to pre-college, which is Nakalva, and then we went to college together. We went to College of Agriculture Science and Education in Portland. So, and we did the same courses. We did the same associate degree, but we did different bachelor's degree. And then, before that, when they want every single details of when you weren't together, when you were together, what were you doing? For example, when I got pregnant and when I came from abroad, I was living with him and his parent in Saint Anne, and then after I had baby, um, or after I gave birth, I moved back to Saint Elizabeth because I wanted to complete my internship. So they wanted to know exactly when I moved from Saint Anne, when I went to St. Elizabeth, what I was doing in St. Elizabeth, when I was doing my internship, when I stopped doing my internship, what was I doing, what Zanny was doing, and all of those stuff. They wanted to know every single detail. I am telling you. So I am telling you every single details, but it was still smooth and easy because I had pre-recorded, like in my memory, in my head. I know every single thing that happened and what we were doing. And also, one of the requirements, as I stated before, you had to be living together for over a year, and we were living in St. Elizabeth together for over a year, and then we moved to Manchester and we were living together over a year. And I am telling you, and then when he migrated, or when he immigrated to Canada, still, they wanted to know the reason why. And it was the process was very smooth and just okay. It wasn't hustling or depressing, or you gonna say, oh, I can't bother with this, man, I just want this over and done with. But I can tell you, we signed a common law um paper, and it was notarized. We booked to get a notary public online, and they just asked for our IDs. We showed them our IDs like this, and then they just signed the papers. We signed our parts, and then they emailed the documents to us. We could not use like a notary public in Jamaica. We had to do it online because he was in Canada and I was in um, Jamaica. But I can tell you the process was smooth and simple. It was not hard. I am telling you. Even when we got approved, like I submitted my passport like the Thursday, and I got the email the Monday that my passport was ready for pickup, and they had given us like 6 months to leave the country after we got our temporary paper. And I can tell you, even when I was coming over the first time, the process was very easy. When I went to the immigration officer, they did not ask me much question. They just asked me, who am I going to? And I said, I stated my son's father's name, and they're like, "Oh, I saw that your son has landed already." And I said, "Yes." They asked me, where do I want to get my permanent resident card sent, and I gave them the address. And I arrived in Canada February 4, and I got my permanent resident card around March 6, 8. I got it like 4 weeks after I got my permanent resident card. But I can tell you guys, the process was easy. If you have your partner and one of you guys is living in Jamaica and one is living in Canada, your partner can sponsor you to come to Canada on a spousal sponsorship. And it's not very expensive. It's just that you have to have enough money. Depending on how much family members, you have to have enough money to sponsor in your account to show that when they reach here, you'll be able to take care of them. So the sponsorship application, it wasn't expensive. I cannot tell you an exact figure. I don't know if my son father would be comfortable for me to state in the amount he paid, but my son part of it did not cost a lot. It cost like literally under $1,000 for his part. So that is as much as I can tell you. It was mainly the principal applicant and the adult dependent that cost most of the money because he's a minor. So I can tell you that it was a very smooth process, and I I am going to give you more story times, and I hope you guys will stay tuned. Please subscribe, tell a friend about me and my son channel, Sonic and Zahir, and we're working on some content, and also I am working on learning to edit videos more, and I'm going to try to give you guys some great videos. And if you guys want any single thing, any type of content at all, I can also do that. So please have a nice day, and thank you guys for watching my video. Bye.